NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Carr. That will be incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Take it at the 37. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Being chased out left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
6-yard line.
1st and goal from the 6. They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on second and third down here.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Complete.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Dexter Lawrence able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and make the offense move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Reception here by Ruggs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Very quickly here, and that's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Come on now. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Broncos 3, Raiders 0.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, That's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Broncos first down.
Going to go backwards as he's going to lose right around 3 yards here.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. This time Jackson will throw it. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize, because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally, you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Throwing is Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Barkley will try to punch it in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
A 2-yard loss on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
Try and throw for it with Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 4 yards out. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
For the extra point.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Carr, throw left side complete. It's Elliott, and he goes out right around the 39. Too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
On 1st down, Carr. He'll let this go deep for runs. And be intercepted. Snags it from a pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll be brought down. That's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Saquon Barkley. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. A try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
Makes the score Broncos 17. Raiders.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And that's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play action now. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Gain of 8 yards.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Broncos 24, Raiders 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. Got open man. It's Ruggs. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, it's Carr. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
The 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. The passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that's caught inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now, Carr again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Carlson for the Raiders field goal.
The kick by Carlson is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal for the offense. 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Max Crosby.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now here's a deep shot that's complete. Way home for the Broncos score. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Dancing to his left. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. To throw again. Carr finding Knox there. Complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Carr now on 1st down. And for the 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's Barkley. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Complete to Dallas Goedert.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. Third time tonight is intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Here's Cunningham. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brought down back at the 21-yard line.
On 3rd down, it's Cunningham.